Okay, everybody, today is our last class together. Me too, I am so sad. And next week you will meet the new teacher. Alright guys, please be kind to the new teacher, okay? Because I think the new teacher is a little nervous, okay? So be nice, honey, okay? Guys, I'm gonna cry. Thank you so much. I'm going to miss you so much, okay?
Yeah.
You guys were my favorite class.
Yeah.
So, class 2. This is the end of all of our English class. Everybody go forth and be merry because you had.
They say change is inevitable, and they also say that in order to grow, you need to get uncomfortable. And let me tell you, I am uncomfortable right now. I'm in such a strange chapter of my life. So much is changing at once. I'm moving to a new city, and I'm starting a new job. I'm saying goodbye to old friends and to colleagues and students, and I'm hoping to say gentle and soft hellos to new faces, new routines, and new beginnings. And this month, I wanted to document it all, the mundane, the exciting, and everything in between. So here is a little piece of my life in Korea as I begin this new chapter. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time on my channel, hi, I'm Letty Maps and welcome to Letty Maps the World. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate your support. I've worked at the same school since I first arrived in Korea. It was my first placement and I never transferred because I didn't want to. I loved it here. The school was warm and welcoming. The teachers were kind and supportive and always tried to include me despite the language barrier and cultural differences. And I've had so many co-teachers over the years, and each one of them has always treated me with kindness and respect. I thank God for them. And the students have made this job worth it. In one of my previous vlogs, I shared my worry about whether they'd remember me, whether I made a difference, whether my time here mattered. And when I told my students that I was leaving, their reactions answered all of those questions. One of the students shouted, "No, don't go!" right there in the classroom. Others wrote me letters and messages that filled me with so much love and reassurance. They told me that I had made a difference, that I had been supportive, that I had made fun and thoughtful lessons, that I encouraged them, and that they would never forget me. They asked me to remember them, and I know I will. They were my students, but they also helped me learn and grow. And being around them helped soothe the ache of missing my own little brother and little sister back home, who are their peers. I may have missed 4 years of watching my siblings grow, but teaching their age group helped me to feel connected to them. And watching my students grow helped fill that gap. And lately, something unusual has been happening. I've been running into many of my former students around town. Normally, I might see 1 or 2 every now and then, but recently the frequency has increased. It might just be a coincidence, but to me, it feels like something more. I believe God is giving me these final moments to say goodbye properly, to wrap up this chapter nicely. I recently bumped into Ginny, one of my old students. When I first started teaching, I arrived in the 2nd semester, so the 9th grade students only had about 4 to 5 months with me. So that means I didn't build strong relationships with many of them. But Ginny was always different. She always wanted to have a conversation after class. And she was the only one who asked to take a picture with me on her graduation day. She even showed our photo to her high school English teacher, who actually happened to be a friend of mine. And I hadn't seen her in over 4 years until a few weeks ago when we crossed paths on the street. She remembered me, and I remembered her. I even remembered her name 4 years and many students later. We caught up briefly. She told me that she's now in her first year at Chonnam National University, and I told her that I was leaving Hennam. We wished each other well and parted ways, both filled with gratitude of meeting again. It felt like a full circle moment I didn't even know I needed. Today is my last day at work. And yeah, I can't believe after 4 years, today is my last day. Oh my goodness. I'm feeling so sad, but also really grateful. So let's go together. Then there were Mina, Yerim, and Inju. 3 girls who joined my English after school program when they were in 7th grade and stayed until they finished middle school. I probably spent more time with them than any other students. A few weeks ago, while heading to a sleepover at Noxie's house, I saw Yerim and Inju at the bus terminal. I hadn't seen them in 3 years, and they are now in their final year of high school. Days later, I bumped into Mina at Daiso. It was my first time seeing her in just as long. I was able to tell each of them that I'm leaving Hennam. These moments are rare. Most teachers don't get to meet their former students again, but somehow I did. And for that, I am so grateful for the gift of being able to say goodbye to kids who shaped who I am as a teacher. These encounters have reassured me. They feel like little gifts, reassurance that maybe leaving really is the right decision, and also quiet affirmations that this chapter is closing the way it should. It's not easy, but it's right. That this decision, though difficult, is aligned with something deeper. And yet, even with all these signs, leaving is still hard. The truth is, I have been very anxious. I've had moments where I wondered if I made a mistake, if maybe I should have just stayed, if I should have requested another year instead of a transfer. I'm scared because I don't know what life will look like in the new city. I don't know if the people will be kind, or if I like the school, or if I'll feel at home there. And some people have reminded me that I will probably never find an apartment like this again. And they're right. This place was rare, but it was never really mine. Eventually, I was always going to have to let it go, whether this year or the next. This goodbye was inevitable, just as change is. Picking up this apartment was one of the hardest parts of leaving. Every item I put away carried a memory. Quiet evenings cooking dinner alone, laughter from game nights with my friends, and the smell of my favorite candle still lingering in the air. This wasn't just a place I lived. It was the first space I ever truly called my own in Korea. Over the past 4 years, these walls held my joys and my tears, my growth and my mistakes. As I packed, I realized that what made this place so special wasn't the 4-plate stove, or the bathtub, or the 2 balconies. It was me. It was the life I built inside of it. And while I am leaving the apartment behind, I'm taking those memories with me. It's strange, isn't it? You spend years pouring yourself into a space, and then in just a few days, you have to erase all traces of your life there. By the time I had finished packing, it looked like I had never been there at all. But I knew better. My time there mattered because it shaped me. I'm getting coffee. I am so tired. I slept at 3 a.m. and woke up at 7. I have to clean the apartment, meet my co-teacher, and move out today. Got my coffee and my bagel over here. I am running on 4 hours of sleep, and this week has actually been the most hectic week ever. I haven't really slept enough because I've been doing a lot of packing. I have been cleaning up and I have been getting rid of some of the things that I don't need, or some of the things that I can't exactly take with me. Oh my god, it's just been so hectic. Living in Korea as an ESL teacher has taught me that so many of the big things are temporary. The apartment, the town, even the job. So much of what surrounds us is temporary. Maybe that's why we need to find things that do belong to us. Not in buildings, but in moments. Not in furniture, but in people. Not in contracts, but in courage. Maybe all of this is a gentle push to start building something that truly feels more permanent, that feels like home, whether in Korea or elsewhere. So yes, I am terrified of this move, but I believe it's necessary because they say change is inevitable. And they also say that in order to grow, you need to get uncomfortable. So here we are. Let's get uncomfortable. Recycling in this complex for the last time. That building was my home for the past 4 years. Now I'm saying goodbye. Bye, Henham. Damn. Next week, the adventure continues as I make my move to Daegu, Korea's 4th largest city. If this video has brought you comfort, joy, or inspiration, I hope you stick around for the next one. Until then, be gentle with yourself and be kind to yourself. Growth often begins with discomfort, and goodbyes remind us to fully be present for what we have while we still have it. And remember, most things in life are temporary, but the courage to grow and the gratitude we carry will last forever. See you in the next one as we continue to map this world even the uncomfortable parts, together.